Every distraction you entertain steals a piece of your greatness. But when you focus on becoming more valuable, more skilled, and more disciplined, wealth follows. Not just financial wealth, but the wealth of respect, opportunity, and personal power. If you keep chasing everything, you gain nothing. But if you build yourself, you attract everything. The world doesn't reward noise. It rewards value. Will you rise to your true worth or remain hidden in plain sight? That answer defines the rest of your life. In a few moments, you'll learn how to focus on becoming more valuable and more wealthy than ever before. Starting from within, your value determines your wealth. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. And if your value is low, your income will reflect it without mercy. That's not a punishment. It's a law of life. So the real question is not, how do I make more money? The real question is, how do I become more valuable? Because value attracts wealth, like a magnet pulls metal. You become valuable by increasing what you know, by mastering how you think, and by polishing how you show up. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every relationship you nurture, it all adds to your value. But here's the problem. Most people stop growing the moment they stop going to school. They treat graduation like the finish line, not realizing it's only the start of true education. You must decide now to outgrow who you were yesterday. Train your mind daily. Study the lives of those who became invaluable. George Washington didn't rise to power because he was loud. He rose because he became indispensable. A man people trusted to carry the burden of leadership. Ask yourself, can the world count on you? Can your family rely on your wisdom? Can your team follow your vision? If not, your next move is clear. Work on becoming that person. Wealth is attracted, not chased. You can chase money your whole life and still die broke. Because money doesn't respond to desperation, it responds to order. It comes when you live in alignment with purpose, clarity, and discipline. So don't chase wealth. Become the kind of person wealth runs toward. Think of your mind as a magnet. If it's cluttered with fear, envy, and doubt, it repels prosperity. But if it's filled with gratitude, focus, and integrity, it attracts opportunity. The wealthy didn't just earn money, they became it inside first. To attract wealth, clean your habits, tidy your thoughts, show up early, stay late, and do the hard work with a glad heart. This isn't about perfection, it's about precision. Be excellent in your craft, excellent in your character, excellent in your commitment. John D. Rockefeller didn't inherit wealth. He attracted it by mastering both oil and opportunity. While others gambled and guessed, he planned and persisted. Wealth is a response, not a reward. So the question isn't, how do I chase success? The real question is, how do I prepare to receive it? The wealthiest individuals understand prosperity follows preparation. They create systems that generate value consistently, not random effort fueled by desperation. Money is attracted to order, to businesses that solve real problems, to investments made with patience, to disciplines maintained when no one is watching. Nature shows us a garden doesn't chase the sun. It positions itself to receive light. Wealth flows the same way. Toward those who are positioned correctly in the economic ecosystem, your financial habits form the soil where prosperity grows. Debt repels opportunity. Savings attract options. Impulse spending creates chaos. Strategic investing creates order. Each decision you make either magnetizes or repels abundance. The wealthy don't just have different bank accounts. They have different belief systems. They see money not as something to be hunted or hoarded, but as a natural result of creating value. So stop the exhausting chase. Instead, develop character, build competence, live with consistency. Build your expertise until the market can't ignore you. Cultivate relationships rooted in genuine value. Solve problems with such skill that wealth can't help but find you.
Dozens of times daily. Each interruption costs not just the time of the distraction itself, but also the 23 minutes required to fully regain concentration. This is why deep work, focused, uninterrupted creation must be scheduled and defended like your most important meetings. Begin treating your calendar as a fortress, not a suggestion box. Block time for your highest priorities first before others can claim it. Remember that an open calendar is an invitation for others to determine your life's direction. Guard your mornings, especially these golden hours of fresh energy, should belong to your most important work, not to reactive tasks or others' emergencies. Learn to audit your commitments regularly. Ask yourself, if I wasn't already doing this, would I start now? If the answer is no, begin creating an exit strategy. The courage to eliminate good activities to make room for great ones separates the extraordinary from the merely busy. The quality of your life ultimately depends on the quality of your time allocation. When you protect your time, you protect your potential. You safeguard your ability to create value, to serve with excellence, and to build a legacy that outlasts you. Start today by identifying your 3 most valuable activities, those that create disproportionate results in your life and work. Then, ruthlessly eliminate, delegate, or minimize everything else. Don't just manage time, invest it where the returns are highest. Guard your time like the irreplaceable treasure it is, and watch as your life transforms from busy to purposeful, from scattered to focused, from ordinary to extraordinary. Build character before wealth. Many people want wealth, but few want to become the kind of person who can carry it. That's why wealth slips through so many hands. Money without character is a disaster waiting to happen. Real wealth begins in your spirit. Character means you do the right thing when it's inconvenient, when no one applauds, and when you could get away with the opposite. It means you keep your word, you handle pressure with grace, and you treat people with respect, no matter their title. The wealthiest people in history were not just rich in bank accounts, they were rich in values. Andrew Carnegie built an empire but gave away billions. He believed wealth without generosity was poverty in disguise. His character multiplied his influence. Start with small acts. Tell the truth when it costs. Return what isn't yours. Finish what you promised. Those things build a kind of wealth that no market crash can erase. So ask yourself, can your future trust you? Can wealth rest in your hands without fear of being misused? If not, build the foundation first, then watch the riches rise like a temple on solid ground. Character is the hidden architecture of success. While skills and strategies might build your fortune, only character can sustain it. History is littered with brilliant, talented individuals who collapsed under the weight of their own success because their character couldn't bear the load. Their talents took them to heights their integrity couldn't maintain. The market pays for skill, but it rewards character. Anyone can learn tactics, but integrity must be forged through choices, often painful ones. Each time you honor your commitments, when walking away would be easier. Each time you acknowledge a mistake when hiding it seems safer. Wealth is attracted, not chased. You can chase money your whole life and still die. Broke because money doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to order. It comes when you operate in alignment with purpose, clarity, and discipline. So you don't need to run after wealth. You need to become the kind of person wealth runs toward. Think of your mind as a magnet. If it's cluttered with fear, envy, and doubt, it repels prosperity. But if it's clean, full of gratitude, focus, and integrity, it attracts opportunities without struggle. The wealthy didn't just earn money. They became it inside first. To attract wealth, clean your habits, tidy your thoughts, show up early, stay late, and do the hard work with a glad heart. This isn't about perfection. It's about precision. You must become excellent in your craft, excellent in your character, and excellent in your commitment. John D. Rockefeller didn't inherit wealth. He attracted it by mastering both oil and opportunity. True wealth isn't measured by what you have, but by what has you. Are you driven by greed or guided by purpose? Do you chase status or value substance? These questions reveal your direction. Are you building wealth or just chasing money? Start building character now. No matter your income, practice radical honesty. Do your duties with enthusiasm, not resentment. Give credit freely. Take responsibility quickly. Ask for feedback. Look for blind spots. These acts won't show up on a balance sheet, but they lay the foundation of lasting prosperity. Character grows like compound interest. Invisible at first, powerful over time. It brings what money alone can't. Trust, loyalty, impact. Build character first. Let wealth follow. This isn't just morality. It's a strategy. Discipline is the gatekeeper of wealth. No dream survives without it. Discipline is the wall between now and your future. Talent opens the door. Discipline keeps it open. Without discipline, even genius fades. Discipline means doing what's needed, even when you don't feel like it. Show up tired. Focus when distracted. Push through when uninspired. Discipline builds resilience. Resilience builds value. Start with structure. Wake up at the same time daily. Stick to routines that support your vision. Avoid distractions. Build rituals that grow your future. Discipline is a muscle. It grows with use. Nikola Tesla lived with extreme discipline. He worked long hours, driven by vision. While others partied, he prepared. That's why his legacy still shapes our world. Ask yourself, do your habits match your goals? If not, change them. Your future is built by consistency, not bursts of effort. Most people see discipline as punishment, but true discipline sets you free. It expands your life. It deepens joy. Look at any masterpiece. Behind it stands disciplined practice. The artist, the writer, the builder, they show up daily, no matter how they feel. Their secret isn't talent. It's steady action. Discipline creates the gap between average and exceptional. Talent is everywhere. Discipline is rare. That's why ordinary people often achieve extraordinary results. They take small actions. Repeated over time, these become powerful. Wealth follows this pattern. The rich aren't always smarter. They are more disciplined. They spend wisely. They invest regularly. They delay gratification, not out of denial, but wisdom. Today's world is full of distraction. Every ping and notification weakens discipline. Fighting this is a battle for your future. Each time you choose focus, you're training your wealth-building muscle. The strongest discipline is invisible. It's in small choices, saying no to that extra drink, waking up early, reading instead of scrolling, saving instead of spending. These private victories lead to public success. Start small. 5 minutes of focus. One wise choice. One new habit. Grow from there. Discipline doesn't demand perfection. It rewards consistency. Progress matters more than flawless effort. Discipline serves your purpose, not the other way around. Without purpose, discipline feels empty. With purpose, it becomes powerful. Define what matters to you, then build habits that serve it. Wealth comes not from what you sometimes do with passion, but what you always do with discipline. This is the test. Pass it, and you'll build a fortune that's more than money. Now, become irreplaceable. You weren't born to be average. You were born to master something. The world notices mastery, not because you copy others, but because you do what others can't. Most people dabble. You must become the best at solving just one problem. The deeper your mastery, the more valuable you become. Start by identifying the one thing you can do better than most. Then commit to it completely. Study, practice, improve, repeat. Excellence is not a gift, it's a decision you make every single hour. Isaac Newton didn't invent gravity. He simply observed it so deeply that the world still learns from him today. He became irreplaceable by exploring a level of depth no one had gone before. So ask yourself in your work, would anyone notice if you stopped showing up? If the answer is no, your path is clear. Build yourself until the answer becomes yes. The modern world rewards deep specialization. While generalists fight for attention, specialists are in high demand. When you solve a specific problem better than anyone else, you earn not just income, you earn leverage. Irreplaceability begins with a decision to be extraordinary in one area rather than average in many. That's your signature. That's your contribution. Think of the craftspeople who charge six-figure fees. They aren't just selling products. They're selling decades of wisdom, thousands of hours of skill, and solutions that few can replicate. Scarcity creates value, but mastery demands honesty. Look at where you truly excel. What comes naturally to you? Where do your skills meet market needs? Start there. Read every important book in your field. Learn the rules and the exceptions. Study failures as much as successes. Redefine what excellence means. At this level, you won't chase opportunities. Opportunities will chase you. But technical skill alone is not enough. How you communicate, how you connect, how you lead, these create your professional fingerprint. Make your work so distinct that people recognize it without seeing your name. This path requires sacrifice. Less distraction, more discipline. Less comfort, more commitment. But over time, your consistency builds a moat around your values. Choose your domain. Focus like a monk. Mastery takes time, but once it's yours, no market, no machine, no rival can replace you. And remember, you become what you consume. If you feed your mind with junk, your life will reflect it. If you feed it with wisdom, clarity, and vision, you'll rise. Protect your mind like a soldier guards a gate. Remove toxic news, empty gossip, and anything that breeds fear. Replace it with books, mentors, and powerful ideas. Audit what you let in. Audit who you spend time with. The mind is a filter. Most people let in whatever's loudest, but winners treat their mind like an operating system. Every input matters. Begin each day with intention. Don't let the world steal your focus. Feed your thoughts before the world feeds you distractions. Think bigger, speak truth, build resilience, and always own everything. Ownership is power. When you blame, you lose that power. When you take responsibility, you reclaim control. You didn't choose every circumstance, but you choose how to respond. That response is your freedom. That response is your wealth. Stop waiting, stop blaming, start building. Surround yourself with people who make you grow. Audit your circle. Choose mentors, not comfort. Iron sharpens iron. If you're the smartest person in the room, change rooms. Wealth flows where wisdom gathers, and wisdom grows in powerful environments. Feed your mind. Focus your effort, own your path, and never forget, You are the architect of your future. Do they invest in their own growth or stay stagnant? The answer reveals whether your relationships are appreciating assets or depreciating liabilities. Strategic relationship building isn't about manipulation or abandoning loyal friends. It's about expanding your circle to include those who pull you forward. Maintain your core relationships, but actively seek out individuals who operate on higher levels of achievement, creativity, and impact. Surround yourself with people who've already achieved what you aspire to create. Their presence normalizes excellence and shifts your perception of what's possible. Their standards become your standards. Their habits become your habits. Their expansive thinking stretches your own mental boundaries. Strategic relationships don't just inspire, they create ecosystems of opportunity. Ideas flow, doors open, resources appear. The best opportunities rarely emerge through formal channels. They arise from networks at the frontier of innovation and industry. So diversify your circle. Visionaries, craftsmen, thinkers, and those with unmatched character. This cross-pollination of excellence prevents blind spots and births new value. But elevation demands reciprocity. Don't just take give. Become someone others want in their inner circle. Bring value. Be the person who listens deeply, encourages authentically, delivers consistently, and holds unshakable integrity. Your path to impact and wealth moves directly through the quality of your relationships. Choose wisely, cultivate intentionally, let your circle raise your standards. Your life expands through alignment with those who refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Now master the power of focus. In a world overwhelmed by noise, focus is a superpower. Directing your full attention to a single worthy goal is not just useful, it's transformative. While most scatter their energy, the focused few achieve at elite levels. Focus isn't only concentration, it's commitment to what truly matters. When you fix your energy on one meaningful pursuit, productivity surges, expertise deepens, impact intensifies, the noise fades, clarity rises. Set strong boundaries, eliminate digital distractions, carve out sacred time for deep work, say no to anything that dilutes your mission. Follow the path of sequential mastery. Finish one big goal before starting the next. The myth of multitasking steals your potential. Research proves the brain works best when fully engaged with a single demanding task. Each switch drains cognitive energy. Imagine pouring all the scattered energy into one bold mission. What could you build in a year? What mastery could you achieve? What impact could you create? Focus isn't just about productivity, it's about reclaiming control of your life. You stop reacting and start directing. That clarity spreads into every part of your life. You have a choice. Drift with the distracted or rise with the focused few. And finally, learn the language of value. How you speak shapes how the world sees you. Your words are signals of your worth. When you speak without clarity or conviction, your power fades. When you speak with purpose, people listen, believe, and follow. Great leaders master this. They communicate with energy, vision, and belief. Their speech doesn't just share information, it inspires transformation. So upgrade your verbal software. Replace phrases like I think or maybe with declarations. I believe, I know. Speak about your goals as though they're already unfolding. Watch your language. Stop apologizing for your voice. Stop diminishing your ideas with just checking in or this might be a dumb question. Each phrase is a chance to reinforce your value or erode it. Speak with conviction, like Roosevelt. His voice didn't just inform, it mobilized. His words still echo across generations. That's the power of speaking with value. Now go. Choose focus. Build relationships that elevate. Speak with the voice of value and watch your life transform. To become irreplaceable, you must master one problem better than anyone else. Start by identifying the one thing you do better than most. Then give it everything. Study, practice, improve, repeat. Excellence is not a gift, it's a choice made every hour. Newton didn't invent gravity. He observed it deeply enough that the world still learns from him. He became irreplaceable by going where no one else had gone before. Ask yourself, in your line of work, would anyone notice if you stopped showing up? If the answer is no, then your mission is clear. Build yourself until the answer is yes. In today's world, the economy rewards specialization. Generalists struggle for recognition, but specialists command premium compensation. When you solve one specific problem better than anyone else, you don't just earn a living, you earn leverage. Irreplaceability starts with the decision to go deep, not wide. Build your life around a core skill that becomes your signature. You don't need to do more things. You need to do one thing so well, it creates its own demand. True craftspeople aren't selling a product, they're selling decades of refined judgment and solutions that can't be copied. Understand, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10. Mastery takes time. Don't quit when it gets hard. Don't bounce between fields. Commit to one. Depth over breadth. Begin with self-assessment. What can you do better than your peers? Where do your strengths meet market needs? Then go all in. Read everything in your field. Study the rules, the exceptions, the failures. Push boundaries not for pride, but because value lives there. When you operate at this level, you don't chase opportunities, they chase you. But mastery isn't just skill, it's also how you communicate, how you work with others, and how your approach becomes recognizable. Cultivate your professional fingerprint until people can see your work and know it's yours. This journey demands sacrifice. You'll trade variety for depth, quick wins for long-term growth. But those who do the work build a moat around their value. Start today. Choose your domain. Commit with discipline. Your irreplaceability will become your greatest asset. Now guard your mind. You are what you consume. If you fill your brain with noise, your output will reflect it. Protect your attention like it's treasure. Eliminate toxic news, useless gossip, and anything that plants fear or doubt. Instead, read powerful books. Listen to successful voices. Speak words that align with the future you want. Make your mental diet clean. A quote in the morning, a wise conversation, a chapter of something great. Your mind is a filter, don't leave it open to garbage. Top performers curate their mental inputs. They start each day with clarity before the world can distract them. They know emotions like envy or fear may feel good short-term, but they weaken performance long-term. Replace weak inputs with content that builds clarity, courage, and creativity. Step outside your comfort zone. Seek ideas that challenge you but grow you. You'll become what you feed your mind. Feed it power. You must become the best at solving one problem. The deeper your mastery, the more valuable your presence. Identify the one thing you can do better than most. Then give it everything. Study, practice. Improve. Repeat. Excellence is not a gift. It's a choice you make every hour. Isaac Newton didn't invent gravity. He observed it so deeply that the world still learns from him. He became irreplaceable by going where no mind had gone before. Ask yourself, in your line of work, would anyone notice if you stopped showing up? If the answer is no, your path is clear. Build yourself until the answer is yes. The modern economy rewards specialization. Specialists command premium compensation. This is not coincidence. It is the natural outcome of focused expertise. When you solve a specific problem better than anyone else, you earn leverage. Irreplaceability begins with a decision to become exceptional in one domain. This doesn't mean ignoring complementary skills, but building your life around one core competency that becomes your signature. Your goal is not to do more things. It's to do one thing so well that it creates its own demand. Craftspeople who command six-figure fees aren't selling products. They're selling decades of refined judgment, thousands of hours of deliberate practice, solutions that cannot be easily replicated. Their uniqueness creates scarcity, and scarcity creates value. Most people overestimate their short-term capabilities and underestimate their long-term potential. They quit too soon. They switch fields. They guarantee mediocrity. Break this cycle. Choose depth over breadth. Start with brutal self-assessment. What problems do you solve better than most? Where do your natural strengths intersect with market needs? Read every important book in your field. Learn not just the rules, but the exceptions. Learn from failure, set new standards. Redefine excellence. Go beyond ego. Seek breakthrough value. Irreplaceability includes how you solve problems, how you communicate, and how you relate to people. Your professional fingerprint should be as unique as your DNA. Develop it until people recognize your work without seeing your name. This journey requires sacrifice. Trade variety for depth. Trade comfort for mastery. Trade rest for work. Over time, these choices build a moat that no competitor can cross. Choose your domain. Commit with monastic focus. Your most valuable asset will be the excellence no one else can replicate. Guard your mind. You become what you consume. If your input is weak, your output is weaker. Eliminate garbage news, toxic conversations, and fear-inducing content. Instead, read powerful books, listen to winners, speak growth, start each day with mental fuel wisdom, encouragement, clarity. Gary Spurgeon read hundreds of books before 20. His mind was fed with truth, not noise, and his words still ignite souls. Your thoughts create actions. Actions create habits. Habits create destiny. Filter your inputs wisely. Information is your internal software. Don't leave it to chance. Wealthy minds are curated. They treat attention like capital. They invest it strategically. Audit your inputs. Is that feed building you or draining you? Is that conversation elevating you or trapping you? High performers begin each day with wisdom, not trivia. Don't let the world hijack your mind before noon. Replace fear and envy with clarity and confidence. Challenge your assumptions. Seek content that stretches you. Inputs aren't just data, they're environments. They're the people you meet, the challenges you face. Design your life to upgrade your thinking. The disciplined mind doesn't just consume better. It metabolizes better. Journal insights. Teach others. Apply ideas fast. This is how knowledge becomes wisdom. Today, eliminate one toxic input. Replace it with one wise source. Your life will reflect this upgrade. Take ownership of your life. Blame is a thief. Excuses are comfort killers. Responsibility is freedom. If someone else is to blame, then someone else has the power. But if it's in your hands, you control the future. Ask, what can I do with this? Not why did this happen to me? Most people live in reaction. They blame the economy, their boss, their past. It feels safe, but it steals their power. Ownership means saying, I am responsible and I am capable. It may feel heavy, but it's empowering. Wealthy people don't wait for better timing. They ask, how can I increase my value? How can I serve better? They create conditions instead of waiting for them. Emotions, too, are your responsibility. No one makes you angry. You choose the meaning. You choose the response. Practice ownership. Own mistakes without excuses. Ask what you could have done better. Focus only on what's in your control. During adversity, double down on resourcefulness. Constraints create creativity. You didn't make the storm, but you can carry the umbrella. Wealth is built on ownership. Ownership becomes reliability,